shit about those guys.
Hey everybody, welcome to back to Generation X Nation. We're gonna get right on into it because this one I gotta talk about. I'm gonna try to be as nice as possible, but sometimes I swear they bring the Gen X out of me. So again, as I told you, I am a cussing Christian. I'm gonna try to keep my profanity limited because I don't like cussing like that, but sometimes it happens. Everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. As y'all seen the title of my of this video, you all know this is about Martell Holt and Ariane Curry. CSI Huntsville, the Chronicles of a Side Chick, because that's really what it was. Interview with a Side Chick, Chronicles of a Side Chick, whatever you want to call it. But I got to say this before I get started. Martell Holt, you got to be the most, and I don't even like using the word diabolical, but I'm going to say this: silly, unintelligent, dim-witted, dense, and empty-headed person on that show. Again, this is what I see on the show, your behavior, and this is also what I've seen in this interview. Along with your side chick, Ariane Curry slash girlfriend. Now, I won't call her side chick. You divorced now. I guess y'all in a full-blown relationship. Miss Kept Woman, paramour, concubine, bedmate, mistress of the year. You two together are probably the most dangerous and diabolical and vengeful people I have seen on reality TV. Now, I've watched a lot of reality TV over the years, especially during the shutdown. That's how I got addicted to some of these shows. And I've seen people do some scam, some real scammy stuff, slimy stuff. But nothing like I see you two guys doing. Y'all are literally set head on destroying the Scotts. You've already destroyed your family, Martell, your first family. And now y'all get some type of pleasure or enjoyment out of destroying another family. And I always said I love Tisha and I love Marsau. I take it for what it's worth. I don't think they're bad people. If he cheated on her, okay, he did. He just didn't get caught. People cheat every day in this country. Somebody probably cheating as we speak. I'm not a big fan of Kimmy Maurice. I used to like Kimmy. I don't like her behavior lately. And that's what she shows me on the screen. I don't know her in person. So please, again, when I give my commentary, I'm giving it based on what I see on the screen because I don't know these people personally. So it's not to defame them or anything like that. It's just, this is what you give me as a viewer. This is what I get out of it when I watch it. This is my opinion. Ariane, you seem to be very submissive to Martell, his do girl, and you're willing to do his dirty work. And sometimes it seems like you got a codependency and you thrive really on creating a very toxic environment and drama. You somehow like that. You like all that messiness. It seems to me it turned you on. When I was watching an interview, your body language and how happy and excited you was to know that you were trying to take another black family down. It was just weird to me. And it's outright wrong. Because at the end of the day, you ain't have nothing to do with that situation between Martell and Marsau. Was your name brought up? No. He said your girlfriend. But he didn't really bring up your name. And he said she was a shareable. And it wasn't any, Martell said something bad about his wife. That's his wife. You are Martell's girlfriend. There's two different positions there. Marsau had every right to speak up for his wife. Martell had every right to speak up for you if he choose to. But you should not be dipping this low just because they said something about you. And he didn't even say nothing. He just said shareable side chick. That was it. Okay? And we all know you're a side chick, so where did he lie at? You're not now, but you were. That's the truth. There was no lying to that. He was married. You was a chick on the side. Period. Don't try to make it out more than than it was. But you instead want to sit here and help this man be a co-conspirator in taking down a family. Whether Marsau cheated or not really ain't your business. And I haven't heard Marsau coming on any type of platform talking about you in any type of derogatory way. He don't even mention your name. He may just say your baby mama or something like that, but he doesn't mention your name at all. And I just think your behavior in this situation is pretty much being geared by Martell. You seem to do whatever he tells you to do, his dirty work, whatever. You think some of that is because he loved me, whatever. I think it's more you owe him and it's out of obligation because, as you say, he pays your bills. When a man can control you through finances, you're subject to do just what you're doing. Stupid crap. And he's controlling you through finances. You need him to help you do something. And then the way you try to chuckle and throw a little side digs at his ex-wife. I'm not even gonna give you the pleasure of saying her name on this particular video. At his ex-wife. Oh, well, Martell, you used to give Marsau money to come help me fix my car when it was broke down. You sent money through Marsau, trying to throw the little side dig there. Nobody cares. That's already been out. We already know you had a car. We already know Martell was giving you money, that he was taking money out of his household and giving it to you, and you seem to be okay with that because you didn't care if his kids eat or not. So we didn't care about that. And then you checking him when he telling you about the whole Vegas trip. Well, I know you were doing something. What were you doing? He didn't have the answer to you at that particular moment. Because he was married to someone else. You was a side chick. So you were questioning him as though you was his wife and he was cheating on you. He was cheating on his wife. You don't count if he cheat on you because you chose that position to be the side chick at that time. And you got some kind of thrill out of that. And I know deep down in, you thought you was really hurting the other woman, the ex-wife. You wasn't hurting her. She don't care. She has checked out. She has checked out. And any question she's asking at this moment, it's just to clear some loose ends. It's just to make sure she did make the right decision. It's just to confirm to her that she didn't make a mistake by walking away. That's all. And that she wasn't crazy and everything that she thought was happening was really happening. It's confirmation for her. She ain't trying to get back with him, or neither does she care. But you think you're throwing digs at her by making comments about him sending you money through Marsau. And then, when you was in Vegas, you gonna tell me everybody else was doing this and that, but you was just gambling, huh? Like he had to answer to you. He didn't have to answer to you at that time. He had to answer to his ex-wife. But I can see from the beginning when she said how you behaved, calling his house, asking to speak to your husband, you really did that. You were that chick because you act like it now, like he was your man, like her marriage never existed. I see that in you now. Moving on, Martell. I don't know if you just a glutton for punishment, but why do you keep putting yourself in these situations? Marsau, I get it. Y'all argued, y'all was friends, y'all was brothers. I mean, it's expected for him to have, a different outlook at you or a different opinion of you based on the RP that you sent to everybody. And they all admitted they seen it and that you sent it. So yes, they're going to look at you differently because a person who is married, regardless of what the situation is, you don't do that to your ex. And even if you were mad at her, y'all were fighting, she's the mother of your children. Bad move. Bad move. Because whether you like it or not, every man should always respect the mother of their, unless the lady trapped you or something. And I ain't saying don't respect her. But if you were in a marriage with a person for 10, 12, 15, 20 years, give that person some respect based on the fact that she is the mother of your child or even the father of your children. Even if y'all can't stand and look at each other, at least give them a little respect because they are raising your children, period. And what you did was so, I hate it, diabolical is so overly used, but it was just so mean-spirited, evil, and it's dangerous. And it shows the world just how unhinged you are. You are so mad that their marriages are still intact and yours isn't. Because if I was Arion, I would would be more concerned about why you trying to do this get back with them and break their marriage up because you mad your marriage is destroyed. Wasn't the goal to come be with me and be my husband or boyfriend, whatever? So you should be happy your marriage is over. You with me now. You're still mad today that your marriage is over and you blame them for it instead of blaming the girl sitting next to you in the damn interview. It doesn't make any sense. I don't know what will stop you, but as I said it in previous videos, you and that lady need to go to some intense counseling. This lady is still, at some point, she's still not remorseful for what she did. She thinks this shit is a joke. This is life. This is not a joke. This is not funny. These are people's lives that y'all are hell bent on destroying. Make it make sense. I don't know what the outcome gonna be, but if Bessemer Wanda get a hold to you, and she probably gonna chill for a minute. I don't know why Wanda ain't jumped that fence yet. But I can tell you, based on our culture, Wanda probably got some people in place, Ariane, that would do some damage with just a phone call. I can guarantee you that. She got some family members, friends, some people in place that ain't got no problems dragging you up and down the street for doing what you're doing to her daughter. She's very protective of Tisha. I don't know if you noticed that, but she's very protective of Tisha. And you better stop trying to hurt her. And Martell better stop trying to hurt her. Y'all gonna feel the wrath of her. And I ain't saying she the baddest be around, because I know a lot of people hate Miss Wanda, whatever. I could, Miss Wanda, take her or leave her. I get it. She can say some things that's out of line and this, that, and the third. But I'm telling you now, you might have went too far with Miss Wanda. And Miss Wanda really doesn't care. She gonna do what she got to do. And I ain't saying she gonna do something dangerous. But you may want to watch your back when you out and about and you don't have Martell there as your bodyguard. And Martell ain't the baddest ninja in Huntsville. I can tell you that. Moving right along. And I'm going to end this like this because I don't want it to be too long of a video. The lady you interviewed, that was a hot ghetto mess. Why'd y'all waste people's time? And I didn't even watch the interview yesterday because I seen it everywhere. People just, I go to YouTube. I see all these massive content creators with different pictures of y'all in this interview. And I say, you know what? I'm going to watch this thing at some point. But I like to form my own opinions before I watch it. And before I listen to anybody else. Because again, I don't like, I try to do, I don't want people to think I'm listening to and repeating what they're saying, So I try to just watch it, and then I put my video out and record it. I record my video and then I put it out, and then I go watch what other people have to say. But I've seen y'all plastered everywhere. And I decided to watch it. And I watched it and I said, okay, I'm going to do a short, quick video on this. Oh, Jesus. That girl was lying again. Everything I said is alleged, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. Again, this is my channel. Again, I'm going to tell you what I felt watching your video. It's not to defame anybody. It's not to disrespect anybody. It's me listening to her talk, listening to you guys talk, looking at y'all body language. You, Martell, and that lady is full of crap. That lady sound like somebody who was a washed up dancer, maybe a lady of the night, I don't know, who probably, based on what she was looking at, her better days are behind her. So now I need to make money in the best way I can. Y'all want to pay me $1,000, $2,000. It seemed like whatever money they threw at her to do that, she was willing to do. Y'all coached her through that whole interview. She wasn't able to complete sentences. She wasn't pronouncing names right. At least that's what I was checking out. She didn't know who was who. But what really got me was y'all act like this was some professional setup. And maybe, I don't know if other people noticed this who did videos. Again, I didn't listen to anybody else's videos. I'm going to after I finish to see. Sometimes I like to do that to make sure I'm on track, or a lot of other people see the same thing I saw. But that wasn't a professional studio. It looked like to me, you guys were in Martell's empty house that he hasn't sold. Y'all threw some bar stools in there Bought you some microphones off of Amazon with the stands, because I got the same microphone and stand. I don't even use it, but I have one, you know, and tried to make it seem like y'all was in some professional podcast studio. That was Martell's empty house. Wasn't a picture on the wall, a plant behind y'all, or anything. So we already know it was cheaply made because you didn't pay nothing. You just went into your empty house that you haven't sold yet and set up some chairs and some microphones. And then Ariane put on her little dress that I know I've seen on social media before, her in it, you know, a little church dress or everything. And she was cute. Martell in his little turtleneck and his big head, you know, tight shirts, trying to show some muscles. And you, I don't know who told you to wear that outfit, but it was not flattering based on your body style. And I'm not, you know, shaming anybody. It's just we have to dress for the way our bodies are styled to make sure, the way our bodies look, to make sure things fit us correctly as women and complement our shape. And what you had on just wasn't getting it. And that's why I know you probably some washed up dancer who needs some money, because you didn't have anything on that looked like it cost more than $5 each. Some $5 pants from Walgreens, those stretchy pants, and a shirt from Ross or Marshalls or I don't know, Walmart. I'm like, if you're finna do this major breaking interview and all of this, why didn't you dress your best? Why did you look like that? I didn't understand it. And I'm not, again, maybe that's all you can afford. I apologize if that's all you can afford, but you did not look your best. Okay? Secondly, you didn't articulate stuff too well. You know, you said you went out to Vegas. He flew you out, but then you said you claimed, you know, you paid for your own trip and he wouldn't, you know, reimburse you the money. Then you said him and his brother, you know, did whatever with you. You said it was the first time you had A and B done at the same time. I'm like, I doubt that. If you was a dancer or lady of the night, I'm sure you had some things done probably worse than that before for the right price. Then you say you was from Birmingham, Alabama. You never quite explained what you were doing in Huntsville. Do you now live in Huntsville? I don't believe nothing you said, but I will give you this warning. Stay away from them two clowns. Because if them Scots are right now, if I know what I know about them, they're getting some lawyers and suing you for defamation. Because two things your story lacked, at least one for sure. You didn't have the dates and times and places. You did not have them in order. You was all over the place with that. Oh, around this time. We dated for a year, but I seen them a couple of times in a year. Who dates somebody? Would you see them once a quarter? Y'all dated for a year and you seen them 3 times in a year? That's not dating, girl. That's a drive-by. That's a hookup. That's a booty call. Okay? And the second thing I didn't quite understand, you had not one single receipt. An email, a text message, a receipt for a plane ticket, a hotel receipt. If I can tell you every time I went to Vegas, I can at least give you the month and the year. I may not remember the exact date, but I can tell you the last time I went to Vegas was May of 2022. Okay? Because I don't go in the summertime, it's hot. I can tell you, most people who go on significant trips like that, you kind of remember when you went, the month you went, the weather, the way the weather looked, or how it felt. Was it cold? Was it hot? You know that kind of stuff. So I was thrown off of that. You didn't know when you went to Vegas, or it was just odd to me. You couldn't get the dates and the time straight. But the biggest thing in this world of social media and technology, there's no DMs. There's no text messages. There's no screenshots. There's no photos. There's no receipts from the airplane that you boarded. I can go on my account on American Online and look at all my travel for the, last couple of years, because it's going to show everywhere I've been. Because I always reserve the same. I don't know, maybe you reserve differently. I reserve the same, go in there, have my little count, go in there and do my thing. There's always something tracking us. You don't even have a receipt from the bank when you use your ATM card in Vegas, if you did, or use your credit card or something. So I'm not believing none of your story. You just was not credible. And if he did hook up with you, it probably was one of those wham bam thank you ma'ams and he out of there. Didn't intend to go anymore. And God forbid, and I don't mean this in any way, nasty way, whatever. There is no way that I would believe Marsau was in a relationship with you when he had Tisha back home. Tisha's a beautiful woman, and not to say that you're not, but I'm not risking it all for you if I got Tisha sitting at home. Now, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, whenever this happened, maybe you was looking a little different. I don't know. But based on what I saw sitting in that chair, I ain't risking nothing for that. I'm not risking my family for that if I'm a man. You may just be, I'm drunk, you're the only thing available, bam, wham, bam, thank you, man, and moved on. But I don't see that happening. So I'm going to close out with this. You better watch yourself. The Scotts are very, very, they're not as dumb as people think they are, and they do love to go to court and sue. You may be facing a defamation lawsuit. Ariane, I don't like to call you coleslaw, but right now you acting like a coleslaw. But Ariane, you better start running behind Martell because you're going to be sitting in court right next to him. And you got 2 kids to think about. And you should not be putting your life and your freedom on the line for this dude. You're going to mess around and get caught up with him and be in jail or on probation and can't leave the state of Alabama. And probably lose custody of your kids. You need to stop that foolishness. You and him need money. You and him trying to find a source of income. Go get a job. Martell, spend some time, go study and get your builder's license. Y'all want to make money off of making people miserable. I've said it in every video I ever mentioned your name, Ariane. Stop trying to find happiness making other people miserable. You're never going to benefit. Your YouTube channel ain't going to grow that fast. It's going to be some people look over there because they nosy. You're not going to make millions off of YouTube. And this whole interview failed miserably from what I could see. Stop trying to find happiness making other people miserable. You want to be a celebrity so bad and a social media superstar, you're going about it the wrong way. You want to be the most famous side chick ever in America. Not going to freaking happen. It's not going to happen because you're not likable because of, oops, I finna say it, because of stuff like stunts like this that you and Martell done. Now, there's some haters out there who hate the Scotts, who hate his ex-wife, whatever. They're going to think, oh, that's so good. I'm glad you. Trust me, it ain't that many of them. There's more people that's looking at y'all who don't even like the Scotts saying, this is some BS. You were out of line. You're going to mess around and get a lawsuit, a class action on you, and you're going to lose everything you got, what little you do have. You and Martell need to focus on getting y'all a legitimate business. You got a whole boutique online. You selling clothes. You supposedly they say you got a TikTok channel teaching people how to cook. I don't know. Go do that. Martell, focus on real estate. That's what you say you're, construction and real estate. That's supposed to be your expertise. Go do it. It seems like y'all just being messy for no reason. When this show goes away, then what? You're only relevant because Love and Marriage Huntsville is on the air. And at the rate y'all going, y'all going to get this show kicked off the air. You're not getting on the show, Ariane. Nobody wants to see you. Who's going to film with you? Tisha ain't going to film with you. Kimmy ain't going to film with you. Dusty Destiny might do it because she's desperate for $1. Everybody else, Nell ain't going to film with you. Who's going to film with you? It's Martell. Nobody wants to see you in Martell because guess what? You can't show the kids. All you're going to be able to show is your little son and nobody cares. No disrespect to the young man, but nobody cares. So how are you going to get on the show and do what? You're going to come on the show to destroy the Scotts? Nobody wants to see that. We're tired of this toxic shit. Do better. Do better. You are a young lady. You still got time to redeem yourself. Do better. Because when the show leaves the air, nobody cares about you. Really. We don't care about you now. And I guarantee you the response you got wasn't what you thought it was going to be. And I got to stop this rant because y'all are really, I can go on and on about this ridiculousness. Now, I don't know what CK is going to do. But if I was him, I'd be having a real conversation. As he say, let's have a real conversation. I would probably be having a real conversation with Martell and let him know, you know what? Just like the trees grow every year, the leaves on the trees regrow every year and then they fall off. Some leaves, I don't know. Sometimes you just gotta, you may be that leaf that may fall off and not regrow back next year. The leaves change every year on a tree. It's probably about time for this tree, this Huntsville tree, to drop a leaf and get a new one. I don't know who can take its place, but I don't need to see it and I don't want to see it. It's ridiculous. Martell, you may have talked yourself out of a job, but let's hope if and when you end up off of this show, if that should happen, you and her, let's hope it was worth it for you guys. Let's hope y'all find fame and fortune afterwards. But I'll say this all the time. Some people just ain't cut out to be celebrities. They don't understand the fame. They don't understand how to handle the fame. And you two have just proven that. Instead of using it for good, you use it for the worst shit I've ever seen. And again, I cussed twice and I didn't want to. But y'all take me there. I wish the best for the both of you guys. But when I say, again, as I say every video, get some therapy. And y'all need to go y'all need to go church something and get on your knees and ask God for forgiveness. Or y'all going to continue to be in the struggle lane. Sitting on the struggle bus while everybody flying right by y'all because of this kind of crap. This was wrong, out of line, disrespectful, very toxic. And honestly, if you're not on next season, I wouldn't be surprised. With that, this is Gen X Nation out. Please subscribe to my channel, like and share. At the end of the day, I don't ask for anything. I just like uploading videos. I do watch different reality TV shows. I'm going to go and watch, I think Heard Married to Medicine was a great show this past weekend. I got it recorded. I'm going to go watch it and then I'll probably upload a video on that. Everything on my channel is alleged, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only. As I always state, I just repeat what I see on screen and I give my opinion. I don't go any deeper or farther than that. And if you don't like what I said, I understand that, but we all entitled to our opinions. I try not to be too disrespectful. I try to be appropriate as possible, but I give you what you give me. That's it. I literally do my commentaries off of what I see you do on that screen because I don't know you personally. All right. And with that, you guys have a great rest of your day. Gen X Nation out.